Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace, salutations to like Akim in the four corners, percent true sincerity. Peace be unto you and Shalom. To wear fringes or not to wear fringes? That is the question. So, I tackled this topic a little bit before, but I wanted to go a little bit more about the topic. Um, I wanted to first say there is a certain concept, idea of what's called being over righteous. It's easy to be over righteous. You know, you don't want to be over righteous in this thing. Um, Another thing too about stressing fringes. Well, what about phylacteries, frontlets? You know, because that's something that's part of the law as well. 613 laws altogether. Frontlets on your between your eyes and on your arm; those are two separate laws by themselves. So that means that they are two of 613 laws altogether. Without those two, you got 611 laws. So there's 613 laws all together. So now, what to wear, what not to wear, what laws to follow, what laws not to follow. So we're getting into the meat of it, which the title is about fringes, but really it's about over righteousness. So now I want to say this. Every camp is going to operate and conduct themselves slightly different. Even within GMS, certain camps are going to have certain liberty to do certain things, and that's that camp's liberty. As long as they're not overly wicked, then that's fine. As long as they're not overly righteous, then that's fine. Thing about with visiting other camps is that you get a chance to see up and close that camp's liberty. You get to see up and close and personal how this camp operates and conducts themselves. And now all of a sudden, sometimes you might decide to come back and bring that camp's liberty to your camp, and your camp might not have the exact same liberty. And you gotta think about that. For instance, let's say one camp, they allow, let's say they they sit down and they do, let's say, an hour and 30-minute video on the streets, or hour and 40-minute video, and your camp does 3 hours. Well, just because one camp don't be over righteous and try to say, oh well, that camp does 140, so we should do 142. No, there's guidelines and protocols. Then there's also guidelines and protocols amongst different camps. Just like how you got federal laws, you got state laws, and then you got city ordinances. And those city ordinances are for that specific city. It ain't for the whole entire world, entire country. A particular city might not have problems that another city has, so they might not have that same ordinance. So you should not think, okay, this camp has this liberty, let me go ahead and just do my own thing. Let me follow after them. Or I know this camp, they allow, brothers and they women, they all go out together with each other and they all hang out and stuff like that. And another camp, like, I don't want to be around your woman, period. I don't want to double date with your woman. I don't want to do none of that. If another camp does that, that's them. That's their business, that's their prerogative. Don't got nothing to do with your camp and your camp's ordinances. And I actually want to actually sit and actually rename and retitle the thread, now that the spirit is going, is that going to other camps and visiting other camps. I think that's going to end up being the name of this lesson. So you go to other camps, you know, and here's the thing too. When you go to other camps, you're not supposed to be talking, open up your mouth about what's going on in your camp internally. That's not an opportunity to look and say, okay, here, yeah, I can say what's going on in my camp to this camp, or venting to other brothers. You know, because let me tell you something about venting to other brothers. You know, sometimes you have to do it, but let me tell you something about venting to other brothers. And I've seen it 999,999 times out of a million. The brother venting, whether he's right or wrong or both, does not tell the other side of the story. They always fail to do that. Oh, this brother did this. This brother did that. And it's possible that could all be true. But you're leaving out the fact that maybe something else happened that put everything into perspective. Maybe you provoked the brother. This is Proverbs 21 and 2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but Yahweh pondereth the hearts. So the Most High judge the hearts. You know, we can go and say to ourselves, you know what, I'm right. I know I'm right. He's wrong. You know, but everybody's going to think that they're right. That's the task. Everybody think they're right. Nobody goes and say, yeah, you know what? You know, that's very, very rare. Everybody thinks that they're right. And everybody got to prove that they're right. Everybody want to be right. Instead of getting down to the matter and reconciling and solving the issue. A lot of times, arguments and debates come down to who's right, who's wrong. And that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to come down to solutions. Are you discussing solutions? Or are you simply just are you discussing solutions, or are you simply just wanting to, you know, just make your point and be right? That's what I like to see in debates and arguments. If I'm in the council with two brothers, are we talking about solutions? If solutions are never brought up, or if solutions are never suggested, I'm not that confident that the matter has been resolved. So what often can happen is that everybody just blew off steam and they just walked away feeling the exact same way. Yeah, I got my point across, I got my point across, I got my steam off. And then sometimes you could end up going over to another camp and telling other camp, you know, your business, and they venting to you, and then you start venting to them. Well, I'm going in a similar situation. Yeah, that's the spirit, Ak. Sometimes you have to know how and when to shut your mouth. Be quiet. You're not telling what you did. I'm going to bring this precept out. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and verse 2. Make not an hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress. So the Bible talks about don't provoke a man while he's in his distress. Did you provoke him? And then he just went the hell off on you? And now you want to rebuke him. Oh man, the brother just went off on me. And what you really did is you threw water on an electric fire. You threw water on a grease fire, and then complaining that the grease fire then just blew the hell up in your face. There's a certain way that you extinguish a grease fire. You know, if a man, you see a man is going through it, going through the stress, going through his woman and stuff like that, you see his spirit is off, sometimes you got to give that brother his space. Satan's messing with him. He's battling Satan. Some brothers might need to go and take a walk. Some brothers might have to actually leave camp and go after they leave camp and go and take some time off to get their head right. Some brothers might need that. Some brothers need more time than others. Scripture talks about, basically false balances is abomination. We need balance, but everybody's balance ain't the same. Your balance might be different than somebody else's. Somebody's balance might be, I want to be around brothers 8 hours a day. Another brother's balance might be, I can only be around brothers, for 2 hours or 4 hours or whatever. Everybody's balance is different. Everybody starts leaving at different times. It isn't like, okay, we all got to be around each other, and all right, now we're going to leave at exactly 9:15 and break. No. Brothers got different priorities, children, kids, and stuff like that. Some brothers get sleepy, tired. I mean, you got to actually really consider that. If a brother is actually going through it, don't provoke him. Now, are you leaving that out? Did you provoke him? And another thing I want to say too is oftentimes people who are hearing a matter, a lot of brothers are not wise enough and smart enough and have the presence of mind to remember that you're supposed to hear both sides of the matter. And all they heard was one side of the matter. And they've already made a judgment in their mind and sided with the person that was venting to them. This is Proverbs 18 and verse 17. It says, he that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor cometh and search him out. So the person that usually talks and vents first, yeah, they seem like they good, they right. You go and vent, to maybe a brother in the camp or a brother in another camp from another city. Yeah, you seem right. Yeah, I did this, I did that. I always did this for the brother. I used to pick the brother up. I did all this stuff. And all those things could be true. But you're not mentioning what the brother did for you or what you did to provoke a situation. And there's some people who are not wise enough to know that they got to hear both sides of a matter. They just hearing somebody vent. So hearing just one side of a matter doesn't always, do justice. It doesn't always. And even in Esau's court system, if you on trial for a murder and there's no body found and there's no witnesses, it's a chances are you're going to walk. There's a chance sometimes, you can go to jail or, for murder, even if they don't have proof that the body was murdered because they haven't even discovered the body, but the body is reported missing and dead after so many days. It's a possibility you can, but it's rare. But you want to be able to hear both sides of a matter. But do you honestly, if a brother is coming to vent to you about their camp, are you going to call the other brother they vent about and hear his side of the matter? Chances are you're not. So really, you should just keep your business, mind your business. On that note, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakwadash. Double honors to Elder G and Master Ruel. Peace, salutations, and shalom.